Have you ever felt like a fraud, even when you've achieved something remarkable? Do you catch yourself doubting your abilities, fearing that others will eventually figure out you're not as capable as they think? If so, you're not alone, and what you're experiencing has a name: imposter syndrome. In this video, we'll explore what imposter syndrome is, the common signs to look out for, and actionable steps to overcome it. Whether you're a student, professional, creative, or entrepreneur, this guide will help you silence self-doubt and embrace your true potential. What is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern where individuals doubt their achievements and fear being exposed as a fraud. Despite external evidence of competence, those experiencing imposter syndrome struggle to internalize their success. Dr. Pauline Clance and Dr. Suzanne Imes first identified imposter syndrome in the 1970s, initially focusing on high-achieving women. However, research now shows that people of all genders, backgrounds, and professions can experience it. Key traits of imposter syndrome: persistent self-doubt, fear of being found out, attributing success to luck or external factors instead of skill, setting unrealistic expectations for yourself. Types of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome doesn't look the same for everyone. Here are 5 common types. The perfectionist. You set extremely high standards and feel like a failure if you don't meet them. Even small mistakes lead to intense self-criticism. The expert. You feel like you must know everything and won't speak up until you're 100% certain. You might think, I don't deserve this role because I don't know enough. The soloist. You believe asking for help is a sign of weakness. You think success only counts if you achieve it entirely on your own. The natural genius. You expect yourself to excel without much effort. If something doesn't come easily, you feel inadequate. The superhero. You push yourself to work harder than everyone else to prove your worth. You tie your self-worth to how much you accomplish. Do any of these sound familiar? Recognizing your type is the first step toward overcoming imposter syndrome. Why do we experience imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome often stems from a combination of factors. 1. Upbringing. Growing up in an environment with high expectations or constant comparisons can lead to feelings of inadequacy. 2. Being praised for being the smart one can make you fear failure later in life. 3. Societal pressures. Cultural or gender-based stereotypes may cause individuals to feel out of place in certain fields or roles. 4. New challenges. Imposter syndrome often arises when stepping out of your comfort zone, like starting a new job, taking on leadership roles, or pursuing ambitious goals. 5. Personality traits. Perfectionism, fear of failure, or a tendency to overthink can contribute to feelings of self-doubt. Signs you might have imposter syndrome. Here are some telltale signs of imposter syndrome. You downplay your accomplishments or brush off compliments. You feel like others are more talented or deserving than you. You're constantly over-preparing or working overtime to prove yourself. You fear taking risks because you're afraid of failure or exposure. If any of these resonate with you, know that imposter syndrome is common and it can be overcome. How to deal with imposter syndrome. Let's dive into practical strategies to help you overcome imposter syndrome and build self-confidence. 1. Acknowledge your feelings. The first step is to recognize and name your imposter syndrome. Acknowledge that your thoughts of self-doubt are part of a pattern, not a reflection of reality. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that supports my feelings? Am I being objective, or am I being overly critical of myself? By bringing these feelings into the open, you take away their power. 2. Reframe your thinking. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. For example, instead of, I'm not qualified for this role, say, I'm still learning and that's okay. Everyone starts somewhere. Reframe failure as a stepping stone to growth. Mistakes are proof that you're challenging yourself. 3. Track your achievements. Keep a wins journal where you document your successes, no matter how small. Include positive feedback from others, milestones you've achieved, challenges you've overcome. Revisiting this journal can serve as a reminder of your capabilities, especially during moments of doubt. 4. Talk about it. Discussing your feelings with trusted friends, colleagues, or a mentor can be incredibly freeing. Chances are, they've experienced imposter syndrome too. Hearing others share their struggles can help you realize that self-doubt is normal and not a sign of inadequacy. 5. Focus on growth, not perfection. Shift your mindset from, I have to be perfect, 2. I'm here to learn and grow. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I improve without being overly critical of myself? Growth takes time, and no one has all the answers right away. 6. Celebrate your successes. Take time to celebrate your achievements, even the small ones. Recognize the effort and skill that went into your success. For example, did you land a new job? Celebrate it as a result of your hard work, not luck. Completed a big project? Acknowledge your effort and dedication. 7. Stop comparing yourself to others. Everyone is on their own journey, and comparisons can be toxic. Instead of focusing on others' accomplishments, focus on your own progress. Remember, the highlight reel you see from others often hides their struggles. Your worth isn't determined by how you measure up to others. 8. Seek feedback. Constructive feedback can help you grow without feeding your insecurities. Ask trusted peers or mentors for input on your work. When you receive positive feedback, accept it without brushing it off. For example, instead of saying, "It wasn't a big deal," respond with, "Thank you. I worked hard on that." 9. Challenge your inner critic. Whenever your inner critic speaks up, challenge it. Ask yourself, would I say this to a friend in my situation? What evidence supports or contradicts this thought? Be kinder to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion you'd show a close friend. 10. Seek professional support. If imposter syndrome feels overwhelming, consider working with a therapist or counselor. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is particularly effective for addressing self-doubt and negative thinking patterns. How overcoming imposter syndrome benefits your life. By overcoming imposter syndrome, you'll build stronger self-confidence, take more risks and pursue opportunities you once feared, develop deeper, more authentic relationships, find joy in your achievements instead of dismissing them. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate self-doubt entirely, it's to manage it so it doesn't hold you back. Imposter syndrome is a common challenge, but it doesn't define you. With self-awareness, intentional effort, and the right support, you can overcome it and step into your full potential. Start small. Acknowledge your achievements, challenge negative thoughts, and celebrate your growth. You're more capable than you realize. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to Try Empathy for more inspiring content that supports your journey towards self-improvement and empowerment. Try empathy. The world needs it.